Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Epiphany Taylor. So today I'm reviewing Patrick Ta's Major Headlines blush palette along with a few of his other products. Patrick has been expanding his collection and I'm so excited about it because I've been waiting forever for an eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette actually took me a while to even purchase because it was sold out everywhere, like at every Sephora and online. And the blush palette was sold out, but that didn't last very long. Like, I was able to pick that up. Funny enough, when I went to the Sephora in Tampa, I saw online that they had some in stock, and I went to the store and I'm like, hey, I want the Patrick Ta blush palette. And one of the workers were like, oh, we're all out, sorry. And I was like, okay, no. It says that they have them online. And if you're gonna just tell me without going to look for them that there aren't any here, you have them. You were trying to keep them for yourself. Luckily, there was another chick there. She had the sense enough to go look around the store and there were 3 in stock. So I was like, thank you. I have my blush palette and those are the 2 major things that I'm going to be reviewing today. I'm so excited about these. Let's get into the video. So I'm excited about showing you guys this palette. I've already been using it a lot. Patrick Ta has the best packaging. Like, that alone is what draws me to his products. So here is the palette and a nice overview of what it looks like. Let's go in with my primer. This is my Elemis Pro Collagen Instasmooth Primer. Let's go in with our brow lamination gel. He does recommend that you use it in conjunction with the shaping wax. So I am going to use the 2 of these together. My shaping wax is nearly gone, but I still can make do with it. Look, I literally have nothing left. But I can scrape, what I got and use that. I'm gonna use the end of my Huda Beauty brow stick. Mix this with your setting spray, then go in with the brow brush, whatever brow brush you have. All right, so let's go on in. So I'm going in with the brows first because if you use this stuff after you've applied your foundation or any type of products on your brows onto your skin, then it's gonna leave this weird looking residue, this white cast. So you want to do your brows first. And so technically I don't even need to do it this way because I don't have thick unruly brows, but why not? Why not do the most? All right, so this is the lamination gel. It is meant to mimic the look of laminated brows. If you've ever seen laminated brows, basically it's a chemical treatment to relax your brow hair. And you fix them in place so that they're not all unruly and crazy looking. They just look perfect all of the time. So anyways, I am going to dip into my brow gel. So you have your brush and then you have a flat backside. Not necessarily flat, but 2 sides of it are flat. It comes to a point, and you can use either side to press the product into your brow hairs. And it also collects the product, so you have some product sitting on it. Brushing that in. I really don't need a lot because, again, my brows are very thin. They're not the thick, lush brows. So, and then you take the back side of it to press it into the hairs. Use a Q-tip to wipe away any extra product on top of my brows. I am going to color correct with my Dior Forever Skin Corrector. I love using the gem blender for my makeup. I like my small green one way more than the larger one. I feel that the large one is very firm and stiff, whereas the green one is much more gummy, mushy. I can, use it to get into corners and things like that. I lightly fill in my brows, nothing too crazy, just a few strokes here and there. All right, so brows done. And I am going to go in with my lighter concealer. And actually, I'm not gonna do my brows with the lighter concealer until I'm done with my eyeshadow. And for this part, I always use my beauty blender just to blend out my nose. So I also went ahead and picked up Patrick Ta's contour brush. He did come out with a contouring sculpting collection. Unfortunately, it does not run deep enough for my skin tone. He only came out with 3 different options. They fit more for, I don't know, olive skin tones, you know, that range, or fair. He did advertise it in a way that shows that it would fit for someone of my complexion, but in reality, it is actually not dark enough at all. On the other hand, though, Rihanna did come out with a deeper bronzer. This is in the shade number 7, Toffee Tease, and these are her Cheeks Out cream bronzers. So she had a nice range, but still not deep enough, so she did come out with this color here, and as you can see, I've been using it a lot, and it is very chocolatey. So I'm actually going to use that for my bronzer, and I'm going to use Patrick Ta's sculpting brush to bronze with. Blend it horizontal, and then I'll turn the brush parallel and drag it down towards the corner of my mouth. And yeah, and then I'll go ahead and blend here under the cheek, and I'm done. What's nice about this brush is I can actually take it and use it to contour. It just fits perfectly. So I don't take a lot of product when I do this because I don't want it to be too heavy, but I just simply take it and press it right on the corners of my nose, just like that. And it's perfect. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dust. I always dust that off immediately because I don't want it to bake too much. And I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty for the outer corners, because you guys know I love to do that. Put a little here. Now let's get into my eyes. Okay, let's go into the maroon shade here. Wing it out and bring that around to my nose and down. I like to use that as some more shadowing for my nose contour. It blends much nicer when it matches your eyeshadow shades. And then I'm going to go into that lighter cream and apply that on my lid. And I'm going to drag it out as well because I want this to be a winged eye look. So just remember, everybody has different eye shapes. You may be able to go up a little higher with your winged eye look than I do. I tend not to go up too high because I think it looks cuckoo on my eye shape. So anyways, I'm just going to use the other end of my blending brush, and I am going to dip into that light chalky shimmer, pressing that into the cream. And now I'm just going to start blending it outwards, and I think that's good. Now I'm going to go into my deeper matte brown shade, and I'm just going to blend that further out. Oh yes, and I'm actually going to bring it into some of my crease as well. That's good. I hope I don't look like a drag queen. All right, and that is it. I'm going to go into Lady and blend that in my inner corner. So pretty. I'll even drag it up into the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes by Allure, and I did pick these up from TJ Maxx. They were only $3.99 there. I don't know if they're $3.99. They probably always are $3.99. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get these lashes on. Let's get into the blush. We already had blush, Patrick. I just want to kind of throw that out there. So we're just really anxious and waiting for foundation and concealer. Not to say that more isn't better, but I'm still waiting for the complexion product. Actually, before I get into the blush, let's go ahead and line my eyes. So I have one of his precision gel liners. I actually did have two, but I ended up taking it back because it just wasn't the right cream or tan shade that I was looking for my waterline. I have black still. This stuff does not move. Like it doesn't come off. Once it's on, it's on. It's extremely waterproof. So I'm just gonna use this to line my eyes, line my waterline. Why do I always have these mishaps with eye products? It just totally got snatched off by my lashes. That's sad. Jesus. Oh no. I've been using this a lot. Please don't tell me. That's all that's left. God, I can't stand eye products. They don't put a lot. I'm very sad about that. And so here I have the new blush palette. I don't need to buy blush for a long time, and as obsessed as I am with blush, that's gonna be really hard to do. So the packaging is beautiful, looks just like the eyeshadow palette. Only thing that sucks is, it gets dirty, but that's gonna happen. I'm using powders and things, so as you can see, my eyeshadow palette's all dirty. Fingerprints and things get like really stuck into it, but it's okay. It's okay. Nothing a little rub dub can't do. So here is what the palette looks like, guys. You've got a very bright pink, your coral, and this mauve brown kind of color, which is, I'm looking at that one. That's the one I'm thinking I want to go with today. He stuck true to his original design, which is the use of the flap to cover the cream products. And that's just one long row that covers all three of them. It just looks like an extended version of the original blushes. They come with the cream and the powder, and they also have the flap. Clearly I use this a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna judge that, but the singles are much larger. You get more product in a single blush for that particular color than you do in the blush palette, but in the blush palette you get more variety. All right, there is the pink swatched on my inner wrist. Oh my god, and the texture is so silky and nice. And you know what, I did see an instructional video by Patrick Ta where he marries all of the colors together and applies them all onto the cheeks. I could do that, I don't know. So we have She's Baked in the pink, She's Vibrant, and She's a Doll. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna go in with my blush brush first. And I'm just gonna take that and pop that on the highest points of my cheeks. Okay, that's looking pretty gorgeous, pretty vibrant. Let's just blend that out. Okay, looks very gorgeous. You know what I'm gonna do? Marry it with the pink. I'm gonna marry this with the pink. And let's go on in and use that. Look at how cute. How cute. Oh, too much. Okay. Okay, that is pink. Wow. Okay, let's try some more marrying. Oh my god, what have I done? I mean, the pink is what's really showing, so I might as well just go in. I'm gonna go in with that pink cream, smush that into product and just mesh that in. And then the other side, I just kind of went overboard. I cannot get this stuff off. Okay, actually this is turning out pretty okay. All right, that was an interesting journey. I'm actually loving this mirror though, so I'm gonna continue using that while I put on my lip. All right, I'm done. I think I look like I'm going out for a night time, not for brunch, but I don't know if I like this. I'm taking this off my lips. Okay. It just ain't fitting, it just ain't fitting. I went ahead and put my Dior lipstick on in the shade Ardent, and I'm just using what's left over on my sculpting brush to blend down that pink. Now I can actually go in with the cream and blend that into my cheeks. All right, so let's just do that. Yeah, see, that's pretty. I'm actually going to add a little bit of highlight. This is my Pat McGrath Labs highlighter. I'm just gonna use my finger to apply that, and then use the back of my blending sponge to blend it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and spritz my skin with the Maron Makeup Primer instead of the Dewy Hydrating Milk Mist, because my skin is already dewy, glowy, you know, all of that is already going on. I don't want to look greasy. Alrighty guys, and here is the final look for today's makeup review. I hope you all enjoyed. Please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Bye.